Funding now on Indiegogo, it's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to get 2 hardcovers of our classic webcomic delivered to your door. Steampunk, fantasy, and romantic comedy from Clownfish Comics. Go to Indiegogo, check out the link in the description below. Now on with the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and we're going back in time. Apparently, there are problems with the way Nessa from Pokémon is being drawn on Twitter. She's being drawn too light-skinned, and Twitter is freaking the hell out. This is not a drill. This is a dire emergency. Dire emergency. Every piece of Nessa fan art has to be to Twitter's liking, has to be to their standards. We're going to talk about this coming up again. We talked about it a couple of years ago that there was a lot of non-controversy around a couple of artists drawing Nessa lighter skinned, not intentionally, but just lighter skinned, whether it's the color palette they used or what. And there were also accusations that Pokemon was whitewashing the anime. Okay, that's a little pale. As I understand it, she's very, very tan. Not exactly sure the backstory, but I know that's a thing over in Japan. Very, very tan girls. But yeah, we're going to talk about this and just why it's probably not a good idea to ever post your art on Twitter for a variety of reasons. You will absolutely get comments, many of them unsolicited, a lot of them intentionally hurtful, and you will be forced to apologize to a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds who have a very warped sense of social justice. Got to give a hat tip to Dat One Girl for sending these links over. Check her out if you get a chance. Before I get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We do talk about video games, we talk about anime, we talk about comic books, movies, whatever interests us that day. And this is interesting because here it is 2 years later, almost 2 years later, and we're having a lot of the same issues with artists being dogpiled on Twitter over Nessa. Like, is it a slow day for you guys or what? But yeah, a couple of years ago, Mary Sue said asking for accurate skin color and fan art is not an attack. And there were people that were, drawing some lighter skinned Nessas, and they got attacked on Twitter for it. And it's happening again. This tweet coming from Black Rock Shadow. I fucking hate Western Twitter. Don't we all? Don't we all? So the artist had to apologize. Here we go. This is their version of Nessa. It's definitely a darker skin tone. Well, this was done with watercolor, right? But they had to apologize. Not this again. When will you guys leave her alone? Especially if you can't draw her right as a proper dark-skinned woman. This tweet has been deleted. Yeah, there actually were a lot of comments about this. Here is trash candy. Nessa is blank. She's not even, well, that's what, my understanding is she's a dark-skinned Asian girl, but whatever. Black is a race. Race is about looks. What? If she looked like a black, she is a black. What? She looked like a black, she is a black. Also, why y'all acting like you can't be both black and Asian? Well, you can. For sure. Black isn't exclusive to African Americans. You know this, right? You know this for a fact. Here we've got some more hot takes. Oh, and this is for people that don't understand what's wrong. The art I'm talking about can be found on their Pixiv. I don't want to repost an artist's work without their permission. Oh, okay, I get it. They're changing the color of characters from pink to black, I guess. Here are some of the comments. Every fucking time, I'm so tired. Scuba dive in the opinions. Why are people acting like art matters? She's pink in the anime and tan Asians exist. Yeah. So here's the original artist. I guess they were harassed into taking down their art. I seriously worried because an unintended dispute, this is translated, obviously. An unintended dispute arose in the comment section of the picture I posted yesterday, but I deleted it I'm sorry for those who received a favorable response. We also apologize for not being able to reply to individuals. I don't want to be racist. I am not very good at painting dark skin with watercolor, and the finish was much brighter than I expected. I think dark skin is one of her best features, and I like it too. Not a racist. I'm sorry that I made you feel uncomfortable, and I apologize if there were any mistakes in my English. We got tagged in on this, I see. I didn't even see this one. Your watercolor paintings were beautiful. Saw it and it was awesome. You're not a racist. You should never apologize to these people. They're the actual racists and hypocrites. A lot of the people crying at you, liking art and making art where they change the character skin tone, they don't care about you or your art. They're art bullies. That is the best way to put it. They are art bullies. Twitter is full of a bunch of whiny bitches with a box of crayons. I'm going to be honest. This is coming from a former professional comic book artist. They're a bunch of whiny bitches with a box of crayons, and they're bullying people. And a lot of times the reason they're bullying people is to make themselves feel better about their art. A lot of the people bullying you'll see that they are artists too, and maybe they're not quite as good as the artists they attack, but they bully people for a lot of reasons. It's not just the skin tone. That's sort of a very easy way for them to sneak into bullying. But we've seen it before with She-Ra. We had to defend an artist who posted OG Mermista, who was white, and got bullied by the She-Ra fan. They're a bunch of 13, 14-year-old girls that are bitches with crayons, okay? I mean, that's what they are. Ignore them. Ignore them. You didn't do anything wrong. Thank you for this. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, and happy you apologized and everything goes well in the future. No. Oh, and Space Buns. Space Buns. That was an issue too. Remember they tried to bully that gamer because of Space Buns? You did nothing wrong. Put it back up. Thanks for apologizing, but do better in the future. Westerners are not your friends. They will try to ruin your life if you live in the West. You're lucky to live in Japan. Trust me, they have made many people lose their jobs in the West. My God, that is a beautiful comment, Zoe. That is probably the most truth I have heard today, and I might have to retweet this one. Quoted for truth. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you. There you go. There you go. People attacking you don't actually care. They just want attention. You have nothing to apologize for. I think this is her first time experiencing Western Twitter's outrage mobs. Most Japanese artists on Twitter are blissfully unaware of these cry bullies. They share their art on Twitter, not knowing that there are people here anxious to get on their case for petty reasons. It's good to learn from mistakes. Thank you. It was a mistake. Don't ever apologize to these people. They do it for power. This is your art made by you. Love it and be proud of it. She's darker skinned there. She's darker skinned. It's a beautiful piece. She looks like a POC. The entire piece, including her hair, is washed out. It's not even just the skin, but these leftists just want to control and harass other people. The only thing that will happen is that these great characters will no longer get any fan art, since the horde of mental midgets will inevitably show up to harass anyone who wants to draw them. Yeah, I've seen black people getting harassed for drawing black characters. They were accused of like cultural appropriation, stuff like that. Like, you know, the artist is black, right? Or they're like, oh, your characters don't look black enough, but it was drawn by a black artist. What the hell? Don't let them get to you. Watercolors still come in brown. Don't blame the paints for your inability to use them. Oh, piss off, Fruity Pebbles, whatever your name is. Is that some unpronounceable? Devil Fruit Fire. Devil Fruit Fire? I don't know. You're not a racist. You did nothing wrong. Good job on apologizing. A lot of people in the comment section really don't understand anything and will happily brush aside the feelings of dark-skinned people in order to stay in their comfort zones. Drawing dark skin's not complicated. It's just not explored. It was watercolor. It was just watercolor. I'm wondering something. If you didn't know how to color the dark skin, then why did you draw Nessa? I feel like there's a lot of tutorials for this topic. Your art's incredible. I just find it strange. You must have meant to offend Twitter. I don't wish you any harassment. I'm just going to make sure that I retweet this problematic image, but I'm not meaning for you to get harassed. This is like the guy who quit the Harry Potter game. Troy Levitt, we've been talking about him. The journalist puts out that he had a YouTube channel that was like 3 or 4 years old. They had like quote unquote anti-SJW videos. They're like, I'm not meaning for him to get canceled. I'm not meaning for it, but he totally was meaning for it. That's what the desired outcome is. The desired outcome when they descend upon you is for you to apologize and cancel yourself and go crawl in a hole and die. So the bitches with crayons get more upvotes on Twitter. Don't give them the opportunity to be bitches. You know, you be the boss. And I wish I knew how to pronounce your name, but I can't. So you do you. I don't think you did anything wrong. I understand people are upset sometimes with representation in art. I totally get that. I don't think there was any offense in this instance. I mean, there were cases before where, like with Steven Universe and with Nessa, where people were deliberately whitewashing black characters just to troll Twitter because they get so easily offended and triggered by this stuff. In this case, there was no ill will, right? There was no ill will. So step the fuck off. But I think we're going to see a lot of this in the future as things go on. Now, what's interesting is here are the top 10 Nessa cosplays. This is from last year, after the first round of Nessa Backlash. Look at all these white-skinned cosplayers playing Nessa. How very dare they? Well, she's not, but you know what I'm saying. She's not. But we put, oh my God, and we put the light-skinned cosplayers ahead on the list of the dark-skinned cosplayers. There's a dude. That's kind of funny. But none of these people got canceled. None of these people got canceled that I'm aware of. Because it's flattering. It's flattering if you're not doing it for trolling purposes. You know, if you're not trying to troll somebody deliberately and you're just showing appreciation for a character by cosplaying as them or drawing fan art, it's flattering. It's not meant to be offensive. Twitter, get the fuck over yourself. I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.